Alright, what's up guys, and welcome to the video. So we're going to be looking at the LTTB. I did promise this. We took a look at the LTG. We played 3 games, and they were all good games. I have a feeling that won't be the case in the LTTB, but here we go. We're going to be playing at least 3 games in this vehicle. And what do I want to talk about with this vehicle? Really, I've explained how the LTTB, right, is basically the worst version of the LT432. Everything about the LTTB is pretty much, it's got the same feel as the LT432, but it's a little more accurate. And the concealment isn't quite as good, if I recall correctly. So I have low noise exhaust on this, and the concealment is about the same as the LT432 without the low noise exhaust. So the view range also looks like it's a little more, and this could just be like a crew thing. I mean, that's possible. But yeah, this is why I always recommend playing the LT432, and probably why you don't really see the LTTB much at all anymore, just because the LT432 is so popular and so much better, and that's why everyone plays that tank instead. I have to add one more perk, and this commander is actually quite stacked, so I think we'll just go for Mentor. I never really use any of these other ones, to be honest. Yeah, and it's weird how she has, so many perks here. She could be like one of those special ones, because these all have 3, and she's gonna have a 5th here. I guess she probably came originally with Brother-in-Arms, so we'll just go with Mentor here, and that's what we're going to do. So let's see. Yeah, this is all done here. So what I think, it's probably Brother-in-Arms, because I think I have Brother-in-Arms for this, so likely the view range is the same. But again, guys, the LT432 is better in just many aspects. Like the armor is better, the mobility is like the same, so you're really not losing any mobility. This thing also tips over very easily. I like to note that. Be really careful when you're going on uneven terrain, because the LT432 is really compact and low to the ground. This thing, I swear to you, like, it will flip over very easily because it's fast, but it's so high up. So you have to be mindful of that. But the accuracy is really the only thing that makes this tank stand out. It's a little bit better than the LT432. The aiming time is actually a little more, but the dispersion is a little bit better. And I know that this only says, 1 more or 0.1 more, but I'm telling you, it feels accurate. It feels more accurate than the LT432 by a good margin. So I never like to go by the dispersion numbers. I like to go by how the tank feels. You'll hear everyone, all kinds of community contributors talk about this, how the stats look one way on paper, but the tank could feel completely different, which is very weird. It's almost like wargaming slightly lies about the stats, or I don't know, man. But like, tanks sometimes feel way more or way less accurate than this number here, for whatever reason. We do run CVS, optics, low noise exhaust, optical calibration, rations. You've seen the crew, situational awareness, recon, and we have the things here for dispersion, and we have pretty much full concealment. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 full concealment plus the low noise exhaust that gets us 38.12 on this tank. Let's get into the games, guys, and we'll see if we can make this thing work. I will be honest, I recommend not getting this vehicle. If you really want to get the T54 lightweight, then you're going to have to go through the LTTB. The T54 lightweight is a really good tank. That is a phenomenal tank. It's one of my favorites. It's one of SteelGut's favorite tanks. It's just very, very powerful. Decent turret armor, and it also has the good damage per shot as well, which I guess at tier 9 it's not so much. But also, if you saw my last video on XVM, I didn't get into a game, so I'm going to show you how I do this. I hold control down, and you can move these around. So I move them to about there. Let's check the sound on here. Is it a little loud? No. The music sounds a little loud, but I think we're good. So this is a good map to start on, Westfield, guys. And it is tier 8 matchmaking, so this should be pretty good. I'm going to go... I think what I'm going to do here, and if we die early, I'll play a game in the LT432. This way, we're continuously playing, but I think we can make a move here to... Yeah, actually, I was going to go here, but I don't think we have the support, honestly. Scorpion's coming this way, though. We might be able to make this work. The even 90 is going to be here, and that's going to be a problem. This thing is very fast, though, so I like to try and use its mobility sometimes. So we're going to try and make this work with CVS. I think we have the concealment here, really. Spotted the Progetto. Sit like right here-ish. And I think from here we should be able to spot a good amount of people. I like to try and come like onto the edge of this, if that makes sense. Like right here. Because you get more spots when there's less foliage in front of you with the CVS, obviously. And we're still far enough out where we're able to spot these guys poking and also driving through like so. So we have a couple hundred spotting damage already. There we go, a little bit more. And I think this is a good spot, but keep in mind that this spot is risky on Westfield, guys. So if you're going to make this play, and we spot the even 90, which is actually, I mean, that's incredible from there. That's all CVS. Or he could have fired, or both, right? But that's phenomenal. We might even be able to move up in a minute. Lorraine, let's see if people can get shots into the Lorraine. But this spot is very, very risky, guys. Just keep that in mind. Like if another light tank goes to do something similar to you, like to try and push up through here, that's even more risky for them, right? But I'm still saying this, you're kind of out in the open, and everyone from here is going to be able to get shots in you. So just keep that in mind. Lynx is getting wrecked, and yeah, this was a phenomenal position to get in, guys. So, what's this guy complaining about? Oh, he's talking to the Pantera. Man, I thought I was doing so well, and I'm like, someone's complaining? Really? That's rare. So, this is all CVS, guys. You see how this works? With CVS, you would probably never spot these people. But with CVS, you're able to cut down so much foliage from your view range, if that makes sense. And at this point, I'm going to make a play to get up here because I think this is all the people that have come this way. If it's not, we'll get lit here and we might get whacked and we'll just run backwards, but looks like it is. We're going to knock these trees down. I'm going to wait for my support. There's no reason for me to go any further at this point. A lot of light tanks will try and push this when they have very little support over here. I need these guys to start moving up so they can support me. But yeah, to kind of finalize what I was talking about, this position, guys, it works better in a tank that's made more for passive scouting, such as the even 90, T92, those kinds of things. But you can make it work in any tank. The LT432 is kind of like an in-between when it comes to those, because it's kind of a passive scout and it's kind of an active scout. It's kind of just an everything because it's a premium, and that's what Wargaming does. They make premiums really good. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to push this at this point. Let's see if the Progetto lights me here. These guys are starting to push a little bit, but it's still like, I'm not really a big fan of the way they're doing this. Alright. I don't see anything here. So what I like to do is, I actually don't like to push this. I'm very timid about pushing this, guys. Just because if you have people sitting in here and then people like back here, they have really good shots on you if you get spotted. In the even 90 I've done it, but that's like I have 10% more concealment on the even 90. So what I like to do instead is come this way and try and hug this hill. Like if I don't spot anyone here, I do basically a spot check. If I don't spot anyone here, then I know I'm probably safe to come all the way up to here, and then I'll come all the way up to here instead. And what this does is it kind of clears this area as well. Just kind of come up and do something like this. There's ISU. Let's see if we can maybe get a shot into this guy. It's 10-5. I think we can start being a little more aggressive now. Here's SMV. Let's just go after the SMV at this point. We're going to have to run this way. Okay, good. They killed him. Who was shooting me? That's the Progetto. Okay, ISU got the kill on me. I didn't even see that he was coming up behind me, but this is why I wait for my support, right, guys? We did 175 damage, but we're going to get a crap ton of spotting from this game. And I'm willing to get in and get more aggressive. Once I know that I've done a lot of spotting, you know, I'm willing to go in, and these guys are both kind of turning and going after me, so I know they're not really aiming at my teammates. All these guys are just going to push in, and that's going to be the game, right? But yeah, I should have been a little more timid there. I kind of pushed in, and then the way the ISU was, there's no reason why he shouldn't have gone after me, so I should have expected that. But then the Progetto sat back here, and he started taking all these shots at me, and I lost like all my HP, so I didn't want to push out this way either. But that was my plan, was to kind of go this way and get away from these guys. But it is what it is. You know, things work out in different ways based on how people play. That's all I can really say. And these guys could have pushed quicker, right? That's why I emphasized me waiting, because there's like, you know how we had that corner taken, and like all of them, like there's like 6 tanks still sitting all back there. So that's why I was waiting a little bit. But I get to a point where I just get really impatient and want to get some damage, you know, before everyone takes it away from me. All right, so 1 shot of damage, whatever. But we did 3,958 spotting, so we did 4K spotting, which is really good for this tank in my opinion. And yeah, we were, looks like, towards the top by experience here. And yeah, obviously with 1 shot of damage, we're actually second from the bottom, but we lost 7K here. And yeah, I mean, this was a decent game. When I do a few thousand spotting, I'm never going to complain about that, right? So not a bad game. Let's get into the next game. And I think we talked through that as good as I would have liked to. I don't think there's anything that we really missed. Westfield is a good map for spotting with really any light tank, because you can kind of active scout it as well. But when you spawn on that side of the map, I recommend that you always go to the far side of the map like I did. Don't try and go up that other hill until later in the game, because it's just way too risky. I've tried it before in the even 90. I'm always trying different things in the even 90 because I know I can get away with it a lot of the time because I have like 50% concealment. But I would just recommend not doing that, guys. It's very, very risky, and I know I talk about risk equals reward sometimes on this channel, but you really don't want to do that until the end of the game, especially in a light tank vehicle. So this map is kind of garbage, but we're going to try and make it work. Let's see if I can get around this guy. Looks like he's going straight. I'm always caught between trying to either spot the mid or spot the 0 line. I started now going more towards the 0 line just because I feel like it's more effective, whereas the middle of the map, almost anybody can spot it. Like if you have TD sitting here, then anyone's going to be able to spot that middle of the map. But I used to go to like this mound. I still do, but I just feel like that doesn't work as well anymore. I don't know. So instead, what I'll do is I'll do something like maybe like right here, and sit like right here. Let's see, I'm kind of sticking out. Because the problem with this map is, like, if you go too far and get spotted, you're gonna get wrecked. It's almost like the mini Prokhorovka over here. So this medium is coming up to me, so I'm gonna move up a little more. And this is what I like to do in a medium. Like if in a hold down medium, see where he's now come up. So now he spotted the LT432. I'm not going to fire, but he spotted the LT432 here. So now the LT432 is going to have to come into the dip. I'm not lit here, so I want to sit like right here. But as a hold down medium, you can make this work pretty well. He might see, this is the thing. Like he took a few shots here, but I think he might still be able to beat this LT432. I don't want to go in yet. I can still get shots on people from here, likely without getting spotted. I am spotted from that. Okay. Let's do one of these. Can these guys get shots on me from here? I don't think so. I'm not sure who spotted me because I felt like I was pretty well covered there. But see how these guys that are hold down push in? This is a very good play because once you get in here, you can stay hold down now. If people press, then it becomes one of those, you know, either or. Like, it could go either way, right? You could lose it, you could win it, like, immediately. But just trying to see if we get anything else here. And everyone is pushing. Like, this is fantastic. I wish every game went like this. Look at all this support. So now I don't even really have to do much here. Here's Scorpion. Okay, AMX took a shot at me. I'm going to run in and push the Scorpion. Good, he took a shot at me, everyone else. And see what I mean about this tank, guys? Oh my god, like we almost just flipped over. So now the Scorpion takes a shot at me, the AMX takes a shot at me. Both of these guys have fired, so that means the Scorpion wouldn't have hit any of their guys. I actually like taking damage for that very reason, because then I know the people that matter more have not taken damage. If that makes sense. I'm not trying to say I don't matter, but like, people that can do more damage are taking less damage. That's good, right? That's what we want. But you also don't want to die, so. And yeah, these guys are pushing hard, and this is great. Like, this is to win this side of the map this quickly. Could have expected that. Okay. This is where I hate Artie so much, man. This is where view range comes into play and concealment, because for me, right here, this G-Sor was spotted. I don't think I spotted him, but the concealment is what allowed the Scorpion to get spotted, but not me. So I figured I was safe here to try and take a shot at this guy and then just sit here until I was unspotted. But Artie, and again, I tell you guys this all the time, Artie ruins games all the time for good players. And why they keep these freaking vehicles in the game, I don't know. Or at least there's only one on the team right now. I know some people like playing Artie. I even remember a story about this guy was explaining how he only could use like one hand or one arm, so he played Artie. Like, I get it. It gives an option, I guess, for people like that one, and some people just like to play Artie, but I'm telling you, if you're a good player at this game, especially with light tanks, you're going to despise Artie like me. You're going to despise it. Not the people that play it, the tank itself, right? The tanks itself, because it's just so unfair to people that are good at the game, right? Like, you hard cover doesn't mean a thing when there's Artie. But I will say that it offers kind of a different... It allows a vehicle to get shots off at someone that's hull down. So, like, if you're a light tank, you'll also like Artie for that, because there's going to be those times where there's people hull down, right, on the map that you can't do anything to and other people can't do anything to, but your Artie will be able to hit. It's a very interesting... I think dynamic is the word I'm looking for. It's just, I would much rather it be removed from the game, because there's been so many times where I am in hard cover and protected from everybody else on the map except Artie. And all you have to do is splash someone to kill them in a light tank with that kind of, you know, HP that I have left. So I think this game could have been much better if we didn't get hit by Artie, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm just not even... that game honestly just pissed me off because of dying from Artie, guys. If I'm being honest, like, I don't ever want to be a toxic player, but if there's one thing in this game, I'm telling you guys, it is artillery, man. I cannot stand artillery. I think it just ruins the game. That's just how I feel about it. Yeah. So this map is decent. It's tier 9 matchmaking. On this map, I'm telling you, I always, regardless of the situation, I like to get to A8 and just sit here and kind of assess the situation and see what's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing else to... What a lot of people do, and I explain this a lot, is they will go to like D or E7, or even like, nah, it's more like E7. I used to do that in the even 90, but I'm telling you, it is risk, man. That move is all risk and almost no reward, because sometimes you'll spot people here, but you spot a lot less than you think you will, right? If it works, then you can move to like C7-ish area, and then you can start spotting even more people. But I'm telling you, that play really only works for like an even 90 or some kind of tank with tons and tons of concealment. Yeah, it just really doesn't work that well for any other vehicles, in my opinion. Because if you get spotted there, there's just not enough hard cover. So get right here and just kind of see what's going on. You know, you wait like a minute and kind of see who's pushing where. And to finalize my thoughts about last game, guys, the reason we won that game so quickly is because we pushed very, very fast, right? So on Pilsen, if you're able to push the east, or I think it's the east side of the map, it was from our direction, right? But I'm not sure which way the map goes, if you know what I mean. But if you're able to push that, I think it is, yeah, because it's a 0 line, right? But if you're able to push that area of the map quickly, you will likely win the game. It's just the case because the heavies usually go to the other side, and so what happens is they're always much slower, and you're able to flank and you're able to win. And you saw that it was like 8-6 when I died, right? And then it only took like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and the game was over. So, and these guys are also getting pretty aggressive here. Like, this is rare that people are this aggressive. Like, the mod 1 is pushing where I would normally go at this point. The IS-3 is here as well. And yeah, so you have kind of two options here. If you do take this line, then you can come to here where the Scorpion is as a light tank. Or you can come up this way, wait till you kind of win this, and then you can come to here. Those are your two options really on forts, guys, from this spawn, in my opinion. There is one other option, and that's to do what a lot of people do and try and push this hill, but I just don't like this play. I know this hill tends to win games, but it's way, like I said, it's another super risky move. This guy's sitting right in front of me. Okay, we spotted him. Get a little spotting from that. I'm about, you know, willing to push this at this point. I have full HP, but alright, Mob 1's going, I'm going. IS-3 can be the person that everyone shoots at, a distraction, I'll call him. Okay, now that's bad. He's going to push back, though. Come here, IS-3, help me. I'm going to go for him. No, how about you fall forward, dude? Ooh, close. Let's see if this guy kind of comes back a little bit again. So Charioteer has pushed up to me, so that's good. We have some cover. I'm just waiting for one more shot into this Cobra. Pushing the Char wasn't a great idea, though. Like, I didn't realize, because that guy was almost a one-shot, the mod 1, but he pushed, so he was able to take some of that damage. And that's why I held my shot for the other tank. What the heck was it? Udez or something? I held my shot for the Udez because I knew he was a one-shot to me, so that's just kind of self-explanatory in my opinion. You want to take out the tank with less HP, so I went for the tank with less HP, and you know, things worked out, and now because the Char's by himself, he wants to move back, right? So at this point, only the standard B is unlit. I'm trying to keep myself in some hard cover here. I don't want to fully push this, because if I do, I'm going to be dead if someone else is here. Okay, standard B is there. I really want to push this and get some more damage, guys, but like, we've already been cut short on damage the last 2 games, so I'm trying to kind of get my damage numbers up. The safest way possible. E4. I'm just waiting to see where the Char is, and then I'll go. He might be like back here, and as soon as I move, it might be a better play to just go around, but I want this IS-3 to push up and take damage for me. He has the armor to do it. Where is the Char, dude? Okay, he just took a shot, but I don't know if it was from the 101. Yeah, he is over here. That's what I assumed, but I can't really spot him from here. I can try and get a little aggressive and just do one of these. Let's see. I think I could take one from him, right? 360? No, I can't, really. I'm gonna get spotted doing this, yeah. Try and push this guy out of the cover. Yeah, there we go. Hey man, do what you gotta do, right? So 927 damage, 1094 spotting. We get a little bit of ram damage, and these guys should now be able to finish these guys off with the Char, you know, not being in a kind of flanking area. I don't really call it a flanking area, more just getting side shots of people, so. The IS-3 is mad that I didn't go spot him, but you kind of left him to fend for himself, which is exactly what that guy did at the beginning. Like, he didn't help me at the beginning, so it's like, hey man, I'm not saying 2 wrongs make a right, and I'm not saying I did that on purpose, like not pushing it on purpose. I was just being careful for myself, but I think we're at 29 minutes. I think we can play one more, guys. We'll do one more. I'm not super satisfied with these games, and I know if we play one more, it'll probably be even worse, but yeah, 612 damage, 1944 spotting. That first game with the spotting got us pretty high up with the combined. I'm at like 90% on the mark. I don't think I'll ever 3-mark this thing, though. I just don't play it enough. Like, I probably could if I really, really tried hard and put, like, bounty equipment on this thing, but I just don't care enough. You know what I mean? Like, it's the LTTB. Whatever. The LTG I probably would try and 3-mark though, because the LTG is much better at passive scouting, and it's a little bit easier to mark lower tiers. Like the lower tier you go, the easier it is, generally speaking, right? Like there's probably a couple tier 6s that are hard to mark because so many people play them, but okay. So for live oaks, there's a couple options. You can try and go down in here. I don't really like this play anymore. I've tried it a few times, but I'm just not really a fan of it. I'd much rather spot people in the city and then come back and try and let's see where the LT432 goes. It looks like he's kind of going that direction, so yeah, I think he's going to go down there. So what I'm going to do, and I learned this bush from Klaus Kellerman. I don't know if anybody else really uses this bush. I'm pretty sure it was Klaus Kellerman that showed me this area. So you kind of like knock this tree like this. Ooh, LTTB is there. He could spot me. That sucks, man. But what you do is you knock the tree like that, and then you sit in this bush. This guy, what is this guy doing? This is a really weird play for this guy to be making right now. I'm not sure what the hell he's doing. See, you always have to expect the unexpected, guys. You really do. I really don't want him. Oh, great if the scout spotted targets, dude. The circumstances, you know, you got to look at the map and see what the fuck's going on, man, before you make a comment like that. Just in like a toxic mood today, guys. I do apologize. I guess that's what it is. Sometimes I just have no tolerance for BS. You know what I mean? Okay. Spotted from that shot, which is interesting. I would have thought I'd be able to stay safe there, but I'm going to load APCRs and see if I can... I shouldn't be spotted right now. Okay, nice. Lit him on fire. And now we have to run. Run, 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 run. This is where having high concealment comes in handy, guys. Right? It comes in extreme handy. I don't know if that's proper English, but it's what I'm going for, and hopefully you understand what I mean, because if I had even like 6 or 7 less concealment percentage, I could have got lit there, and we could have taken massive amounts of damage or died pretty easily. So let's hope that we can push... Yeah, I have to run back from here, man. This isn't going to work. These guys pushed this so fast, man. So let's hope that we win the south side of the map. And usually when you push south, usually south wins. Hoping I'm not spotted here, depending on where the EVA 90 is. I think we'll be okay here. But we can keep these guys lit for the time being, and hopefully, I think with CVS we probably have this Viper lit. And we can keep like VK lit. These guys have no concealment. Keep these guys lit just so people know where they are, even if they don't get shots, but they can see, right, what's going on. But yeah, this push down here was kind of halted because half the people went back, half the people went this way. And to make this push work, usually you have to send the whole team, or most of the team, right? But this is all we can do. I mean, I'm only one tank. We're keeping everyone lit, so. And did the EVA 90 die? I think he did. So it doesn't even really matter what I was saying before. He was. He just died recently though, because I think I saw him on the map. And we have this tree here kind of still blocking the Viper's vision. And this bush should be blocking the VK's vision. I'm getting nervous, guys. I'm getting really, really nervous right here. I think I'm going to run towards the TS. This is danger close. F7, boys. F7. Danger close. Okay. I'm going to run this way. VK takes a shot at me. Caliban. Man, sometimes, man, the adrenaline just... So we should be able to keep the VK lit from here. Just trying to be careful that this guy doesn't spot me, because I'm in the wide open, guys, but I'm just relying on concealment. That's all I'm doing at this point, is just relying on my concealment. Do something like this. Trying to get into this bush like perfectly. All right, here we go. I have this guy lit from all the way out here. Don't sit right behind me, dude. This guy might get me shot. But I don't want to move. This is such a good bush. Let's move, actually. This guy probably doesn't have the view range. Let's get right here. We can do it. Yeah, like right here. No way. How was I spotted from that? We were solid bush there, right, guys? I'm just... We'll win this game, though. We did 3,678 spotting, 802 damage, guys, and I don't know how I got spotted from that. I would think from that distance that wouldn't spot me when I'm solid bush. I'm not sure what happened there. I know the turret on this tank is very high, so maybe that's possible that something like my turret wasn't completely covered when I took the shot, but pretty weird if you ask me. So that's it, guys. Not much more to talk about on this map. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. 4 games is enough for me. I seem to be in a grumpy mood this morning and just don't want to deal with any BS on this game. So we're definitely going to end it here. And yeah, guys, unfortunately, not many high damage games, but hopefully you enjoyed them. And we did do a lot of spotting, though. We were taught by experience this game, so it's good that we played another one. And I enjoyed that game. You know, I think we had to think through it a bit, and it's a good map, right? So after 4 games, we did 659 damage and 2,378 assistance, which is pretty high. Like, that's a great average spotting number for 4 games in a tier 8 vehicle. We're at 90.85% on the mark, or 65, can't really tell. And this combined is like around 3,000. So nice job spotting. Thanks, GG. And yeah, that's it. I mean, again, guys, to talk about Artie, like I'm sure a lot of you guys do play Artie, so it's not me, trying to go after people that play Artie. It's really just the idea of Artie itself that annoys the crap out of me. How someone can drop a shell from all the way across the map, unspotted, doing nothing, and kill someone. And it's part of the game, but you'll see community contributors say the same things that I say. If you watch their streams, man, they just hate it, because it's the killer of good players. But in a way, because it serves that purpose, it's actually sometimes a good thing, because I think if Artie didn't exist, then you'd have even more of a divide between really good players and people that are very average or even bad at the game, right? So, everything has its place, and it can be frustrating, but, at the end of the day, it kind of does make sense. So hopefully you guys learned a thing or two. Again, this was a great session for me. 5,600 WTR, and look at this, 10,446 overall. This going up from the recent games or whatever, so that's phenomenal. But yeah, the spotting was really great. So hopefully you guys learned a lot about how a light tank is actually supposed to be played, because these were actually good maps for once, and I think we had to make quite a few plays to reposition and get into different bushes and just different areas to do spotting. A lot of progressive spotting, that's what I call, progressively scouting, or progressive scouting, whatever. So that's really it. Again, these two tanks, the LTTB and the LTG, are not very popular. If you are going to go for the T54 lightweight, get the LTTB. If you aren't going for the T54 lightweight, do not play this vehicle and just get the LT432. I'm telling you, it's better. And if you don't want to buy a premium tank, then I would suggest getting likely the French tier 8. Like if you wanted to get the tier 8, go down the French line. Go down this line and get the Batchat 12T. In my opinion, it's a much better tank at its tier. And yeah, the LTTB is it's just not a great tank. You don't see it around very often, because I just think there's better options, right, guys? And now you have, with the premiums, like even the T92 can probably outplay this thing and stuff. So anyway, we're at a 43 minutes on this video, a very long video, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something. I appreciate you guys watching. Please subscribe if you aren't subbed, and I will see you guys for the next one. Take care. Bye bye.